no minimum Fico score. And as it says right here, they work hard to fund small business owners, especially socially and economically disadvantaged individuals. You have loans up to $350,000. These loans also can help with building business credit, and they're available to businesses that don't qualify for traditional bank financing. You also have to provide a denial letter from a commercial bank or credit union. So they're really about getting access to capital for disadvantaged entrepreneurs. In today's video, we have an absolute game changer. I'm gonna be laying out a funding blueprint to get you access to large amounts of capital, even if you don't have the best credit score and even if you don't have the highest income. Now, there are literally billions of dollars in assistance to small businesses throughout the United States. One of these initiatives is called the Economic Adjustment Assistance Program, and this is funded through the U.S. Economic Development Administration. Under Economic Adjustment, EDA administers the Revolving Loan Fund program, which supplies small businesses and entrepreneurs with gap financing needed to start or expand their business. Now, what is a revolving loan fund? This particular pot of money gets lent out to small businesses. When those small businesses repay, principal and interest goes back into the pool of money, and it creates additional loans for more small businesses. In addition, you have agencies like the Economic Development Administration, which provides grants to these different state and local revolving loan funds. Now, if you're a small business or a startup and you're looking to figure out where you can get access to these revolving loan funds, one place to start is going to be with the Revolving Loan Fund Grantees. That means they receive grant money from the U.S. Economic Development Administration. So there's literally a list that you can check out by state. And so you could just select what state you're in, and it'll give you a list of revolving loan funds that cover your geographic area. Now, they do provide a map where you could actually select what state you're in, and it'll pull up all the revolving loan funds that cover your area. So I just clicked on Texas. Now what you would do, you would scroll all the way down to the bottom where it says Revolving Loan Fund Grantees. And this is where you get the list of different organizations who have these loan programs through revolving loan funds that are issuing loans to small businesses with low credit scores and low incomes. Now, in the last video, I told you guys, let me know what states you want me to cover. You ask, so you will receive. So in today's video, we're going to be covering some specific states in the different revolving loan fund programs. Now, first on the list, we have the Denim Co-op. Now, this is a CDFI, and this is going to be eligible in Washington State. Now, they're actually a CDFI that's creating safe pathways for Black entrepreneurship and innovation. They're all about helping entrepreneurs gain access to capital based on community involvement and growth potential. Now, their aim is to create economic mobility within the Black community by providing affordable lending and personalized business support services. Now, their loan utilizes revenue-based financing, so this is a flexible payment so the clients can focus on strategy and growth of their business. Loan terms go out to 3 years and amounts from $10,000 up to $100,000. To pre-qualify, you must be registered in the state of Washington, and you must show positive cash flow with the potential for growth and a demonstrated involvement in your local community. Now, one thing I wanted to clarify, so right here it says, while our mission is rooted in supporting Black-owned businesses, we do not discriminate based on race, color, sex, gender identity, religion, national origin, age, or disability. All funding decisions are based solely on objective criteria, evaluating the business, not the individual. Next up on the list, we got the Small Business Flex Fund. Now, again, this is another Washington area organization that allows funding options to help small businesses grow. Supported by the Washington State Department of Commerce, the Washington Small Business Flex Fund 2 helps small businesses and nonprofits access affordable loans they need to thrive. Eligible small businesses can borrow up to $250,000, and the money can be spent flexibly, including on payroll, utilities, rent, supplies, marketing, advertising, building improvements, and other business expenses. Now, to be eligible, businesses must have fewer than 50 employees, annual revenues of less than $5 million, and been in business at least 1 year prior to the time of application. These accessible term loans, you can borrow up to $250,000. The interest rates currently range between 8.5 and 11.5% in terms from 36 months to 72 months with no prepayment penalties. Next up on the list, we got the Tri-County Economic Development District, and they have what's called the Rural Opportunity Loan Fund. The Rural Opportunities Loan Fund helps to finance business expansion, retention, and startup projects for borrowers who do not qualify for traditional loans. Now, this specific program covers business owners in 13 eastern Washington counties. Now, here's a map that shows you the eligible counties in eastern Washington state. Now, the great thing about this program is that loans are determined based on your potential, not your past. So applicants must provide documentation showing that adequate financing is not available from conventional sources at reasonable rates and terms, often accomplished with a turn-down letter from a commercial bank. A lot of these revolving loan funds are sort of like a last resort for a lot of startup businesses when they can't get access to financing from the major large banks. So that means if you're able to get financing elsewhere, sometimes you're not eligible because maybe you're too qualified. They will ask for a denial letter. So if you apply for funding somewhere and you got denied, they would want to use that as supporting documentation for your loan. Essentially, the reason why they want a turn down or a denial letter is because they actually want businesses who can't get financing elsewhere. So if you can get financing elsewhere and you're also applying to these revolving loan funds, then you're taking up capital that could otherwise go to someone who doesn't have any other options. These loans can be used for new business startups, business expansion, and working capital. Next up on the list, we got Business Impact Northwest. Now, about their loans, so unlike credit cards, cash advances, or other high-interest predatory loans, they work to ensure that you have the right loan at the right rate that you are able to pay back. As a compassionate lender, they can be more flexible than traditional lenders. And as it says right here, they work hard to fund small business owners, especially socially and economically disadvantaged individuals. They offer small business loans ranging from $5,000 up to $500,000 and commercial real estate loans up to $750,000. They can provide loans in Alaska, Idaho, Oregon, and Washington, and to business owners at every stage from startups to established. All right, so just to recap, we just covered 4 revolving loan funds that cover Washington State. Next, we're going to move on to North Carolina. Now, for North Carolina, we got Carolina Impact Capital, and they offer micro loans up to $50,000. And these come with competitive interest rates from 11 to 14% to support your growth. Now, a little bit about the microloans. So these are for small businesses in North Carolina and specifically designed to help aspiring entrepreneurs in North Carolina who lack access to conventional forms of capital. They aim to support startups, small businesses, veterans, and other entrepreneurs in North Carolina. Furthermore, their loans are particularly beneficial for businesses facing challenges with cash flow, limited collateral, and insufficient industry experience. Now, these loans go up to $50,000 with terms out to 6 years, competitive interest rates, and flexible collateral requirements. Now that was North Carolina. Now we're going to cover South Carolina. Now, South Carolina has the Climb Fund, Lending for Opportunity. So they're all about creating stronger communities and pathways to success. Climb Fund is a not-for-profit community development financial institution whose mission is to ensure access to capital for entrepreneurs, small businesses that cannot secure traditional financing. The Climb Fund has more than 40 years of history lending to entrepreneurs who have been turned away from for-profit banks. In 2024, they made over 111 loans, 60% made to low and moderate income-owned small businesses. 100% of veteran small businesses were also low to moderate income-owned, 32% to businesses located in rural areas, and 100% of the clients were denied credit by traditional sources. Now, I wanted to re-emphasize this. So a lot of people out here talk about they can't get approved for anything. You want to go through these different programs, revolving loan funds. I've dropped a link in the description of the video to give you these resources. You can search based off of your geographic area. A lot of these institutions receive grant money from the U.S. Economic Development Administration. This is where you're going to go if you are getting turned down from the major banks. Over $47.4 million was lent for community development and over 8,000 plus jobs created in South Carolina as a result of Climb Fund. Now, here's an example of some entrepreneurs that have been funded through Climb Fund. So they're really about getting access to capital for disadvantaged entrepreneurs. All right, so they offer 4 different programs. They got a microloan up to $50,000, small business loan over $50,000, real estate loans with no limit, and a line of credit up to $25,000. Next up, we're going to be covering Arizona. So Arizona has the PEP micro business and housing development, where they offer loans from as little as $500 up to $50,000, terms from 1 year up to 6 years, comparable interest rates as low as 7.75%. And these loans could be used for startup, equipment, working capital, and business assets. As far as eligibility, you must be registered in Arizona with a valid business license and in good standing with the State of Arizona Corporation Commission. You also have to provide a denial letter from a commercial bank or credit union required for loans starting at $20,000. And as it says right here, no minimum FICO score. Last but not least, we got Louisiana. Now, the LIFT Fund is a nonprofit community lender, and they have what's called quick funds, where you can get access to capital and guidance for your small business in as fast as 5 days. Now, some quick highlights. Now, these are small business loans up to $30,000 with a fixed interest rate of 14.5%. It can be used for working capital, inventory, equipment, and leasehold improvements. The money deposited in your business account in as fast as 5 days. Now, the Quick Funds loan program requires applicants to share at least 3 months of financial history. And to expedite that process, you can consider using their automated system to upload your financial history, aka Plaid. Now, I'm gonna throw in a bonus for you. We got B-Side Capital. So they have direct lending loans for early stage businesses. As it says right here, through a combination of grants, program-related investments, and loans from funding partners, they have created capital opportunities to businesses located in Colorado, Arizona, New Mexico, and Utah. You have loans up to $350,000. These loans also can help with building business credit, and they're available to businesses that don't qualify for traditional bank financing. They also serve Spanish-speaking clients with dedicated services and applications, ensuring accessibility for a diverse range of businesses. So there you have it. Now, one of the recurring themes with a lot of these revolving loan fund recipients is that they want to see that you can't get access to capital anywhere else. So if you have been getting denied, just make sure you save those denial letters, because they're going to want to see that as part of the underwriting process to see if you're eligible. So if you can't demonstrate that you can't get access to capital anywhere else, then you may not be eligible. So if the big banks are denying you, these revolving loan funds could put money in your bank account, in your pocket, in only a matter of a couple of days after you get approved. And you don't need to have the highest FICO score or have a lot of documentation and paperwork in order to get access to the capital. If anyone wants a list of over 400 plus revolving loan funds through the United States, do me a favor, click the link in the description of the video to get started ASAP. Until next time, take it easy, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.